Hey, this is Heidi Dawson. If you love all things health and wellness and style of any kind, hang out here with me once a week. I'm obsessed with constant and never ending improvement, and it's all in an effort to help each one of us live a wildly successful lifestyle. Subscribe now so you don't miss a thing. Hi, guys. Welcome to the first episode of the Wildly Successful Lifestyle Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. So I do a lot on Instagram, and I went live on Instagram the other day, and we chatted a bit about the coronavirus situation. So first podcast, and I'm going to be talking about not just coronavirus, but how if we're working from home, we can make it so much better if we do just a few things. So first of all, when I went live, I talked a little bit about what people are changing because of the virus. And it was really nice to connect to people because sometimes we can feel isolated in these times. It's kind of a weird time to be alive, isn't it? The live videos let us connect. So if you want to, follow me at the Heidi Dawson on Instagram because I love to connect with you. That's at TheHeididawson. And I'd love to connect with you that way as well. So first of all, some of the things that I found out that people are doing a little differently, and I'm wondering if they'll last forever, is they're not shaking hands as much or hugging as much. I don't know about you, but I'm a hugger. I love to hug. It makes me feel good. So I don't know. I don't know if that's going to last for me or not. Some people are now working out at home instead of at the gym. I get that. There's a lot of probably germs running around the gym. I did it for one day, but I felt like they were going to close the gym. So I thought, I better get in there and get a little bit of workout in the gym before they close it. So, but several people were saying that they were going to do that. And then also eating at home instead of going out to restaurants. Now, we don't have children, so my husband and I like to eat out. That's kind of our social outlet. I also work from home, so sometimes it's nice to get out of the house at night to go eat dinner. So I don't know if that's the way you feel or if you eat dinner mainly at home, but for us, it's a big change if we're going to have to eat at home a lot. So I think one of the things we are doing right now, so we have friends coming over tonight, and it's a small group, so we're not breaking any of the social distancing criteria for not hanging out with groups of larger than 10. So we feel pretty good about that, but a lot of other people said that they were working from home for the first time in forever. So that, to me, is probably the biggest change for a majority of people, is that instead of going into an office, they're going to be working from home. And so I thought today I would just sort of give some ideas because I've been working from home for a long time. And I've done a lot of different things to see what works, right? So if what makes me productive and what I found that doesn't help at all. So first things first, I suggest you have a definitive area that you go to for somewhere where you work, right? So you have a space in your home, or if you don't have a specific office. I have taken my dining room, we've turned it into a multi-purpose room. And so this is kind of a fun little room. And if you go on Instagram, you'll see that I have pictures of my multi-purpose room and you can see where I work. But now I do switch it up. Sometimes I'm working from another area in the house because I tend to be a little fickle. So anyway, definitely have a definitive area in your home. And a lot of times it's preferable if you have a view of the outside because natural light keeps us sane and makes us feel better. And if you can see what's going on outside, sometimes that feels better. So if you can maneuver a space where you have those criteria, it's actually a lot better and you can be more productive because you don't feel so isolated. All right, so the second thing that I have found that is crucial to be productive working from home is I always get ready for the day as if I were meeting clients, even if I'm not. It makes a huge difference in my productivity. When I'm in my comfies, I feel like it's Sunday and I could just laze around and not really do much. And I know that sounds maybe a little bit, maybe it's a little bit harsh to say that, but you really should, and you do feel a lot more productive when you actually get dressed like you're going to be meeting clients or like you're going to the office. Uh, think about it this way. The reason why actors and actresses, when they are preparing for a role or they're having a practice and they get dressed in their character outfit, why do they do that? The reason they do that is because it actually puts them in that character state. And that is exactly the way it is for us as well when we are working from home, is that when we get dressed and we feel professional and we look professional, that is conveyed in our phone call or whatever, if we're talking to someone on the phone. And another thing is, let's say someone you're talking to is like, hey, can we jump on a Zoom call, because I've got some things I want to show you. If you are already dressed and you look great and you feel great, you'd be like, of course, I'd love to jump on a Zoom call with you. But if you're not, you'd be like, okay, it's going to take me, it's going to be 45 minutes before I can jump on a Zoom call. No, I can't jump on a Zoom call with you because I'm not dressed and I don't have makeup on and I haven't fixed my hair for the day. You don't want to fall into that, right? So it's just a good practice if you're working from home to make sure that you get dressed as if you were meeting with clients or as if you were going into the office. All right, so finally, setting your work hours. So I have found that it is very helpful to set a definitive start time and a definitive end time. And the hours in between, you plan out. So each hour, I have a task and I write it down on my day planner, right? So I have a day planner because I personally love my day planners. I love the act of writing it down, and I love once I finish a task, I love the act of checking it off as being finished. So if you are planning your day as you would in the office, you would have a list of tasks that you want to finish. And for instance, I'm writing a book, and obviously I'm not going to finish that book in one day. So I'll have that task of maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm working on my book. Maybe I'm writing chapter 4, and I'm not going to finish chapter 4 today. So tomorrow I will also have at a specific time that I'm working on chapter 4. So having set tasks each hour gives you a goal to work for. It lets you be more productive by getting more things done. And then when you're finished with a task, you get to check it off, and it's very satisfying. It is for me anyway. In fact, I feel productive just saying that. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and you are safe and you stay safe from the coronavirus. I don't know how this is all going to play out. I know one thing for sure, that we're all going to be okay. And I love seeing how people are coming together. Tomorrow, my podcast is going to be talking about 5 things you can do in your home to make it feel more welcoming. So thank you so much for joining me today. I cannot wait to see you tomorrow. And again, follow me on Instagram at the Heidi Dawson, and we will be able to connect through our live videos as well. All right, have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you tomorrow.